Hi, Kelsey. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Would you like to say a little bit about yourself, where you're from, how old you are, what you do for a living?
So I am 32 years old and I live in South Florida. I am a barn manager at a dressage farm, so taking care of horses.
Hmm.
I grew up in New Jersey and then moved down here to work with the horses.
Do you feel like the way you were growing up and your family influenced your decision to not have kids?
Um, I kind of always knew that I didn't want to have kids. I was the youngest of all of my cousins,
Hmm.
so I wasn't really exposed to like little babies at any time. And my parents have always been super supportive of everything that I've wanted to do. And like I never wanted baby dolls when I was little.
Hmm.
Like I would rather have stuffed animals or like trucks or like boy toys. Um, but yeah, I was just like never interested in babies or anything like that.
Cool. Have you ever felt the motherly instinct, or you just think that's not even a real thing for people?
I definitely think it's real. I haven't felt it towards anything human.
Hmm.
Like at least not kids, like, I've felt nurturing towards other adults, um,
Interesting.
and, like, animals, but
Mm,
not like, I don't see kids and I'm like, "Oh, I just wanna protect it." I'm like, "Eh,
right.
not really
Yeah.
interested in that."
How has dating been for you?
It's been okay. The child-free thing has definitely been an obstacle. I feel like a lot of people just that's what they've always been told they need to do, and
Mhm.
so I think that a lot of people haven't really thought super critically about why they want to have kids. And I have met a few child free people, and the relationships didn't work out for completely other reasons. Um, but yeah, that has been a big obstacle for me is that mentality.
In terms of marriage, do you still value that? Would you want to get married, or is it?
Yeah, I do want to get married. I mostly want to have a wedding. The
Mm,
actual like marriage aspect of things isn't as important to me, but I do want to find like a long-term partner, um, someone that can be with me forever. And I've seen examples of child-free married couples that
mhm.
just have dogs and they're so happy together. So I would like that one day, and I think that marriage as a concept is not really defined by having children, it's the relationship between the 2 people who are married.
Yeah. Um, have you considered sterilization, and is that an option where you live?
It is, and I have. Um, I as soon as I found out that getting your tubes tied was a thing that you could do, I went to my mom and I was like, "Can I do that?" And she's like, "Honey, you're 12. No, you can't do that."
Oh.
Um, so I've been considering doing it. It's been tough to find a doctor that's within my insurance, actually.
Mm,
I've actually used the child free website or the subreddits
mhm.
resource for doctors that are willing to do it and take my insurance, which is unfortunate. Um, but I've also had like a little bit of a anxiety around it because it is so permanent.
Yeah.
Um, but like I have tattoos, those are permanent, so it's kind of the same thing. I just have to like buckle down and do it, and I just haven't really quite gotten to that point yet.
Right. It's on
Um,
the horizon somewhere.
right. It's like I do want to do that, I just can't do it quite yet, kind of a thing.
Right. Yeah. Have you felt any regrets about not having kids yet? Or,
No, not even a little
yeah.
bit. And
Hmm.
every time I talk to my friends that have kids, I leave the conversation being like, okay, that's another thing to put on the list of reasons why. Oh my god, my cat
Oh,
is
hi.
playing us.
That's a cutie.
Yeah, that's my son.
Um, yeah.
Black cat.
Have you felt any judgment from your family or friends or colleagues about that
Um,
decision?
yeah, I've felt it on all fronts, but like
Mm.
I'm lucky that my immediate family doesn't really care that much. Like I have 2 older brothers, so it's like, okay, they can carry on the family name. There's 2 of them to get all different sets of genes. Like my role in giving the parents grandchildren is kind of irrelevant. Like I have two brothers who do it.
Right.
Um, and they both want to have children. So I'm like, okay, great, cool auntie status. But
Mhm.
some of my extended family, like my aunt and my uncle, have been like called my mom and been like, "Oh, Kelsey needs to go to therapy because she's afraid of babies." And my mom is like, "No, that's
That's
not
not
gonna
it.
happen."
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a you problem, guys. Like she knows what she
Mm,
wants. So
yeah, for sure. Um, what are your biggest frustrations with being child-free,
that
if
people
any?
think they can change my mind.
Yeah,
And that people think that, oh, if I just pester her long enough, then she's gonna see, or
right.
that they think that I know what I want more than I do. And
Mhm.
it's irritating to be invalidated like that all the time.
Correct. Almost feels like sometimes it's people's mission to persuade you that
Exactly. Like
Mhm.
they need to get you in the cult and convert you to their way of
Mhm.
being. And you're just like, no, it's you can have kids. I have no problem with people having kids. It's just I don't want to do it myself.
Yeah, I accept your decision, please accept mine.
Exactly.
Um, what advice would you give to someone facing a breakup over this?
That if that's the thing that is the deal breaker, then that person was never meant for you in the first place and you're better off for it. And your
Mhm.
person is out there. It might take you a little longer to find them, but we're not on a timeline because we're not having
Yep,
kids. So
very
it
true.
might take us a little bit longer, but it's worth the wait, I think.
Yeah. Is there a stereotype about child-free people that really annoys you?
That we're selfish because I think the most selfish thing you can do is have children, especially
Mm,
if you're not financially or emotionally available enough to provide a decent life for them.
yeah.
Is like I think that's more selfish than me saying, "Hey, I'm probably not going to be a good mom, so I'm not going to be a mom."
Yeah, that's self-aware. Mhm.
Right.
For sure. Um, what brings you most joy in this lifestyle?
The freedom and
Mhm.
the independence that I can just leave. And
Pick up your stuff and
right,
go.
right. Like I have a cat and even he's a little too needy for me. Like,
Mm,
but he's got an automatic waterer and a three litter boxes and like
yeah. Quite
everything's automated. I can
self-sufficient.
leave him for a few days and not have to worry.
That's awesome. Do you have any fears or doubts that come up around this choice?
Not really. Like I've been open about it long enough that I've heard everything that people are gonna say and I can just, okay, yeah, like it's easier to just be
Right.
like, okay, if that's what you think, great. I don't agree, but that's what you want
I
to think
don't
about
have
me.
to
Okay.
persuade you. Yeah.
Right.
Cool. Was there anything that you would like to add that I didn't ask about?
I think we hit most of it. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much for sharing.